Hi, here we are again. We're just going to do some more drawing, perspective drawing. This is the second part of a perspective drawing series. This is just building up a scene. Last time we did a few little drawings of cubes flying in space and resting on the ground, and we got used to the idea of a horizon line with a point on it and then some objects standing within that space, joining this to the vanishing point in the distance. Remember that. And we also looked at how we could make people standing in space and make them look like they are the right height for that space. So if there were two people standing next to each other, they would be on a line going away from each other. If there's one further, if there's one closer to us, then that person would be much higher. And I suggest you look at my initial video on drawing people in perspective space. It's just shadow people. However, what we want to do today is to continue that idea of having a horizontalish line and making a building with respect to the size of a person. Now, that's quite important. So what we're going to do is imagine we're standing opposite this point. So we are standing viewing, and the way in which the building is down the sides of us, and we are looking directly down the road or the pathway that the building's on. And so I'm going to draw the pathway coming here, and to start with, I'm going to draw a person standing on the pathway, because this is how we get the scale of the building. Now they're standing next to a building and they've just come out of their front door. So this is what we do. The door height is higher than the person. I'm going to make it that high actually. And so that point there, joined to the vanishing point, will be the top of the door. We drop a line vertically coming down one side of the person, we drop a line going down the other side. Now I'm going to imagine that we can see we're going to look in to the door, we can see a door frame, because that's quite a little bit of a clue as to how we get the depth. So there's a horizontal line to the inside of the door frame, creating a rectangle just here. So this shaded part is a rectangle. At the bottom of the rectangle we can see the first part of the step of the door, and the top, this top corner here, we join to create the other inside of the door frame. That's in deeper shadow. We can't see this side because that's the outside of the house. Now what we're going to do is create some windows now in this wall. So we're going to make the windows the same height as the door and about half the length of the person. So I've got two more lines now. And the window takes place in this space here. That's the height of the window next to the door. Go along, we're going to draw another part of the window coming down here. There's also a window sill and window frame. So we put that rectangle, just as we did with the door, in there. And the bottom of the frame, and then the inside of the frame there is going towards the vanishing point. The same thing happening up here. You've got to sort of imagine, if you could use a ruler, that the point of the rectangles are here and here. You just maybe draw that as a straight line there. Like I said, I like us to do it with freehand lines. The far side of the door, this distance is quite large. I'm going to make that quite a little bit smaller, and then imagine how far the window is going down that side, and that is also going to be a lot narrower. So we just going to judge that slightly. We make our little rectangle, we draw in our little windowsill, making sure that's going towards the vanishing point. And then we have our windows. Just going to rub out the lines that we don't need. We could see through them to the whatever is, because this could actually be either an inside wall or an outside wall. Let's make it an excuse me. Let's make it an outside wall. So the far side of the building is there, and if we continue this line coming down here, the outside of the edge of the building is at this side. And the top of the building, we'll make it a bungalow. Top of that wall there, we'll just slide that line into the vanishing point, and there we can see how we can create a building from there. And the slope of the roof, which may be a pitch roof, will go up here somewhere. And we'll stop that. Stop it here so we can see the video. So the stop of the pitch roof is there. That will also go, you guessed it, to the vanishing point. Now to make the other slope of the roof, we have that angle, which is more or less 45 degrees. So I need to make another 45-degree angle there, and that will create the roof. Any tiles and so on the roof will also fan out from the vanishing point, like so. And the bottom of the house here goes a horizontal line here. Now a person standing just around the corner, eyes will be on the horizon line, and the whole figure, shadow figure, I like to just draw shadow figures just to get scales to start with, will be that height. So they are more or less the same height as the person, but obviously much bigger because they're closer to us. Now this road has some street lamps. And remember, street lamps were going to be 3 or 4 times higher than the person, so we'll put a street lamp there. This is the height of a person standing next to the street lamp at that position. Quite small. To get another street lamp, what we'll do is we'll take a line from the vanishing point. This is going much steeper now, and we'll put another street lamp just here. It's in line. Vertical lines, street lamp. And we can build up some detail if we want with that, thicken it, flatten it up, make a little cylinder to the bottom part of it. Doing that. Okay. If we've got, if we have trees, draw out these figures here now. Because if there's a boulevard, and we're going to make the trees, and the trees are quite high, so we'll start with a tree, quite a nice size shaped tree here. Start with the height of that tree there. You can do this at any side, so that's just behind that lamp. The top of the tree, which is there, will have its tip going towards the vanishing point, and could possibly put in another one, which will be well off the top of the screen at the moment. So, so what we're going to take for the next part of the tree is just make it sit further back from the road. We're going to need the bottom part of the tree. We're going to need where the trunk starts to turn into the leaves and the branches up here, because we're not going to be able to fit the top of the next tree on. We'll put one here, so the trunk of a big tree is going to be here. Big trunk of a tree coming out. And then the bottom of the branches of the tree are going to be here. And the top of it will be way up. So if we just make that. Like that. Okay, so we can get the scale of objects from the person using the top of the vanishing point. And now a person standing next to this tree How big are they going to be? So put them just next to the tree. The person standing next to the tree here, eye level there, is going to be sort of that height. Okay. So we can see that we can get pathways, lamps, trees, and we can get the scale of objects, scale of things from the size of the person using the idea of vanishing point. So that's this video just on building up shapes and objects. Now we can obviously build things from any of this sort of thing. Let's go, we'll finish the video there and we'll go on to another thing in the next video. We'll go on to an interior and then we'll have some fun. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel and hope to see you in other videos. Bye.